Good evening, and welcome to Manor of Frights. Imagine a Victorian house where every room is cursed with a frightful existence. Are monsters in the hall? Ghosts left to fester in the library? Or are the rooms themselves enchanted with malevolent energy? What was summoned long ago, and what doorways were left open? Manor of Frights is a collection of tales all set in different rooms of the same house. With authors Judith Pancoast, that's me, Daphne Strassert, Lauren Rhodes, Mark Orr, Michael Fassbender, R.L. Merrill, Sumiko Salson, Ollie Fox, Baron Newstratton III, Rosetta York, Amanda Leslie, Leslie Warren, B.F. Vega, D.W. Milton, D.J. Pizzilatus, Jason Fisher, and Emryan Rich. Here's an excerpt from Manor of Frights, from my story, Cacophony. The Music Room. Bright red spots of blood mixed with the dust on the ivories of the antique grand piano, but Annalise didn't appear to notice them as her fingers flew across the keys. She was playing Beethoven's Fur-Elise for the 100th time. "Annalise Emily Dickinson!" Paula cried, rushing to the piano and pulling her daughter's right hand off the keys. The dripping blood spattered across the keyboard. "I told you not to play this piano until I could get it repaired. These broken keys are dangerous, and you are not to play anymore until I get a tuner in here. Do you hear me?" Tears burst from Annalise's eyes. "But Mommy, it sounds so beautiful. I've never played this well." "Come with me. We need to get these fingers bandaged. Thank God I unpacked the first aid supplies first thing." As they left the room, Paula thought she heard the faint tinkle of Fur-Elise on a cold draft. She pulled her sweater closed and hurried Annalise to the dining room. Paula and her 10-year-old daughter had started the fabulous new year of 1962 by moving into the old house. Bob had left just before Thanksgiving. She couldn't afford to pay rent, and they had to find a cheaper place outside the city. The old Victorian was huge, but in bad shape. The listing called it a handyman special, so it was affordable. According to the realtor, the house had stood empty for some time, and the owners had allowed it to fall into a state of disrepair. The new owner had updated the heating system and upgraded some appliances to make it rentable, assuring the realtor that more repairs were yet to come. They could make do. Besides, although the listing had said the house was unfurnished, a previous occupant had left behind the amazing piano, and she had a daughter who loved to play. Paula would get the piano repaired and tuned as soon as she had the money. It was easy to find Annalise at dinner time because everything in the nearly empty house echoed. Plenty of space for piano notes to bounce around, but she hadn't expected to find her daughter bleeding all over the keyboard. Not a good way to begin their new life. Sometime after midnight, the cacophony of an out-of-tune piano woke Paula. She hurried down the stairs, her flowing pink nightgown cascading behind her. Ouch! A sharp pain pierced her right thumb. A sliver from the worn wooden banister had slid under the skin. She drew her hand to her mouth and attempted to suck out the offending barb. That's when she noticed a name had been carved in small letters into the wood. Frances. Without giving it another thought, she continued to the music room and threw the door open, prepared to shout at her daughter to get back to bed. The breath caught in her throat. No one sat at the piano. The moonlight beaming through the casement windows illuminated rusty bloodstains on the still keys. "I thought I cleaned that all up," she whispered. Her hands hung at her side as she slumped, defeated and confused. "Too tired. I'll take care of it in the morning." Back up on the second floor, Paula peeked into her daughter's room. Annalise was tucked safely beneath her quilt, clutching her frayed stuffed elephant. In the glow of the nightlight, strips of peeling wallpaper looked like party decorations. "I must have been dreaming," Paula muttered, and went back to bed. In the morning, she saw Annalise off on the school bus, then went straight to the music room with her bucket of cleaning supplies. Finished there, she headed up to the attic. The large and sunny space would make a perfect art studio. Her idol, Andy Warhol, was currently making a splash in the art scene, and paintings like his were all the rage. Paula secretly wished for that kind of success and an end to her money troubles. She washed the windows to let the light stream in. As she ran her dust cloth over the windowsill, she saw someone had carved the phrase, "I hate Mrs. Mauvaise," into the peeling white paint. I wonder who Mrs. Mauvaise was. She must have been a winner. To read more, go to Manor of Frights.